Hey, welcome back to It's Kelsey, where we talk about finding your inner roar. And honestly, this one's gonna start out a little bit differently. It's okay not to be okay. That's how I wanted to start this one. I wanted to start this off was that sometimes we need to let ourselves feel how we are feeling. Times when we're not feeling good, there's a reason why we're not feeling good, but we don't always know the reason. I think sometimes we need to be honest, and for me, I'm gonna be very vulnerable and say that I have been feeling like the consciousness has been a little low, at least over this past week. Many of my friends, many of my family members, you just kind of feel that everyone's having a bit more of a hard time. And not all of us are really understanding that that's how we're feeling either. Like, some of us are just kind of drifting through the world. And you know what? It's okay to just be drifting along. I feel like for most women, we aren't always feeling our most feminine self because this world today is a lot of hurry up, hustle, get money, get extra things done, also have a family, have the best career, pretty much everything, always, all the time. And us as women are not supposed to be on all the time. I think that also when you grow up not necessarily always expressing your emotions, when you start to heal those moments and you start to heal the generational traumas, those things can kind of be highlighted even more so during those points. Being open becomes more of a skill. It becomes something that genuinely takes time to learn. I know lots of these other videos I've put out have been like, this is how you do this, or these are the steps that I did to this. And a lot of that is my journey. And my journey right now, I feel like I am having life kind of pass by really quickly because I feel like I'm doing many different things in many different areas. But also the fact that I'm realizing when I need to take a step back or when I need to let myself rest. I think that not all of us feel like we're allowed to take those moments to rest. But I wanted to say that you are able to rest. You really are. You're able to put into action the little things that you want to do. And if sometimes during those moments you realize that you need to shift directions or you need to just make up a plan of how you're going to continue on pushing through, then do it. Take those moments and make a list of 2 to 3 things and get those things done for the day, and know that you at least accomplished what you had intended to. And 2 or 3 things in a day is 2 or 3 things in a day more than if you were worrying about doing things or stressing over it. But also take those moments to let yourself relax. Watch a TV show, play a video game. Take a moment to pause. Because in the moments of pausing, you often come across those messages that you needed to hear. Those moments of silence can be kind of deafening, but the more you're working through your traumas, your emotions, and everything like that, it's like you almost hear more of what you are needing to know by taking those moments of rest. So letting your mind be at peace with not always going 24/7. Even if you sit down by the river or by a lake and just have a journal and write whatever comes to mind, they don't even have to be complete sentences. I think that's where we've all been taught, or at least I've been taught, especially with school, was like we always have to have a plan of action. We always have to have a direction. We always have to know what's going on next. And I don't think that's always true. Yes, you should have goals. Yes, you should have tasks that you want to get done in a day, because that's just how we keep ourselves in check and on track and with the schedule. But it's okay to not have days like that. It's okay to have like a rest day where you just take the whole day to do whatever you feel comfortable doing. If you want to sleep all day, sleep all day. If you want to play guitar for 5 hours, play guitar for 5 hours. Or if you want to even just go for a walk. But I just know that for me, in this moment of feeling kind of like the consciousness has been a little disrupted, also feeling tiredness and feeling unmotivated, I think that from what I've decided to do about it is I want to incorporate certain rest times for myself, that if I'm having those low moments of rest, I'm going to have 5 activities I can pick from that I know are going to heal myself in those moments. And I think what the 5 I'm going to pick, I'm going to pick art as one, music as another, and those can be all different mediums, all different types of instruments, even just singing. Meditation will be my 3rd one. 4th one will be go for a walk or getting outside. Go for a walk or getting outside, kind of either or. And then the 5th one will be reading. Yeah. All those things are things that will heal where I'm at. The reading can also be journaling. That's my 5 I'm putting out there. So if we're feeling those moments where we're down, where we don't feel motivated, where we just need that bit of rest, those are the things that I'm going to choose. I'm going to pick one that I like to do in that moment. That I feel like, yeah, I want to do this right now. And even if I don't feel like I really want to do it, I'm going to pick the one that I feel like doing most. Because I think in the long scheme of things, I don't think we've been taught to regulate our emotions as well as we know we can. For me, regulating my emotions has to come through some type of creative outlet. Now, I don't know if everyone's that way. I don't feel like everyone is. I feel like I have a very visual brain, a very visual thinker, and then also a very creative side. But for someone that's more analytical, they might have different ideas that calm them down or create a different gap in their brain. So if you have ideas for anyone that's analytical, drop them down below, because I'm not really sure. I feel like journaling might be one for an analytical person. Maybe even I guess just any type of sport might be someone more analytical. I guess it really just depends on what your hobbies are. Maybe gaming is something that you love, and that could be something that could be a healing source. I think we just have to be mindful of what we're consuming, though, in a way. Because if we're consuming things that are maybe detrimental to how we're feeling or detrimental to our growth, it's not necessarily going to be a healing aspect. Just be mindful of what you're consuming in those moments. Even if we're reading something, be mindful of what type of literature you're reading. I guess reading would be an analytical type thing as well. The biggest thing that I just wanted to be real is I just wanted to say I don't have it all figured out all the time, but I just want to bring you along on the journey of me healing and bring you along through what I've discovered. Any tips and tricks of what I'm doing maybe can help you. It's beautiful out again. It was raining earlier and I was actually embracing it. Most people would know, if they know me personally, they would know that I love the sunshine. I'm all about the sunshine and the heat. But I've been learning to embrace those moments of rain and those moments of cloud, because we need all of these types of weather and seasons to get us through. We aren't always going to have a sunny season. We aren't always going to have the most shine, the most light coming out of us. And that's okay. I'm called to share a moment of what I read out of this book too. As I mentioned in my previous videos before, I'm reading The Pivot Year, which is this book, and I love it. I think there was a spot in here. Yes, this was actually a really helpful one. May this be the year you learn to believe in yourself. May this be the year you find the strength to change what you cannot accept. May this be the year that you start to see things differently, that you begin to let go. May this be the year you're guided to the souls who will see you, who will love you as you are. May this be the year you look back and realize you have lived an entire lifetime within it, that the person you are at the beginning is not the person you find at the end. May this be the year you do not give up on who you are meant to be. We're all gonna have those seasons. We're all gonna have those moments where we're not ourselves, but we're also not who we used to be. And we are growing into that new person. So embrace those times, embrace those moments, and really just take yourself to be where your feet are. Take yourself to be in the moment. Yeah. If any of you have any suggestions of what topics you would love to hear me talk about, or you would be interested to learn more about, leave me a comment. I would love to be able to connect, to even just answer some of your questions in the comments. But yeah, I hope that you're healing. I hope that you're happy. Or I hope that you're realizing your truest potential and that you're holding true to yourself. And I'll see you next week. I love you.